specific objective we've sought is to provide research on the economic problems that stem from gender inequality in both the developed and developing countries. And importantly, we want to make sure that we're able to offer policy solutions along the way.
I think this is a great conference. I think it's a feeder into the W20. I think the W20 obviously is a brilliant idea, because unless the gender equality issues reach global scale at that level, it's not about just women going across the glass ceiling or women in board positions. It's a lot about the women at the grassroots.
We need to do a lot more. I mean, clearly, the G20 summits are starting to discuss this whole issue, but it really needs to be on the agenda. And I think the outputs will be listened to, and we'll start to build the dialogue and create the debate, and I think that's what we need to do.
It takes fantastic role models of terrific entrepreneurs, many of which are in this room. It takes fantastic political leaders and ministers like Her Excellency here to make great policy decisions. It takes strong business leaders like all of us to voice our support and to help find the right answer.
We're not going to let go after this beautiful words have been stated, because the real work begins now. So within that, a conference like this one here is very helpful, because we bring a lot of people together from the different G20 countries who play influential roles there and can remind the leaders of what they have committed to.
This conference is about trying to sustain continuity, about monitoring the commitments that the governments have made, and making sure that we don't keep reinventing the wheel.
What really struck me in this conference, the diversity of the type of women who came, whether they are from large organizations, entities that belong to the UN, or it's private sector corporation, whether it's government representative. This mix in itself means that we are all united when it comes to the agenda of women.
So this is not a group of women discussing about women's rights and about the changes that we need in the society, but we truly need to ensure that we bring the dominant group always on and always in the room, in the discussions, so that we can create win-win situations for everybody involved.
I think it's incredibly important, because by having an international fair, it demonstrates collaboration. It kind of highlights awarenesses of where countries may have progressed and some may not have. So where one country's adopted a practice, it may work in another, it may not so. And so I think it's incredibly important and useful, I think, as well.
I've seen also people very focused on saying what are the solutions, because there have been too many conferences who are just describing the problems, but really hard to look at real concrete solutions. So I do believe that this kind of events become really, really useful when they're not just describing the problems, but also proposing concrete solutions.
I would argue that we need maybe tighter and more profound regulation around some of these issues. The gender pay gap, shared parental leave, how environments work for women, those kinds of things. So I believe both roles are equally important.
It's very important to talk about these subjects, and especially with women like the women that are in the room next to us, because they are so powerful and meaningful, and the things they say have really inspired me.
And the winner is Bianca Luna Fabrizi from Italy. Bellissimo.
We should start from assessing where we are. So a reality check is very important. And then when we have a gap analysis there, we can define clear policies and targets that can be measured, because we need to do it and measure it.
I mean, it is absolutely important to bring together not only like-minded people, but also people who are on the fences, still thinking about this. We must not have these discussions amongst just people convinced about it.
We need to continue having more forums like these, I think, all around the world, to ensure that women can feel that they are strong enough and empowered enough to have a voice, and that people are helping them and standing up for them.